You think people keep you only for charm or talent. You think attachment happens by look, not by design. If you want to become rare, study the signs carefully. Becoming the person nobody wants to lose is not an accident. It is the result of invisible behaviors repeated with discipline. These behaviors change how nervous systems react around you. They change pacing, attention, and trust without speeches. You never notice this, but it controls you more than praise. The first sign is calm reliability that survives pressure consistently. Most people are steady only when life feels soft and slow. You become steady when rooms heat up and timing compresses. Your breath slows, your shoulders drop, your sentences shorten naturally. You answer with structure first and emotions second every time. People feel safer near you because their system stabilizes beside yours. Stability creates attachment faster than charm ever could. Attachment grows because predictability reduces threat and increases permission to think. When minds think clearly around you, they return without being asked. The second sign is boundaries delivered like simple facts, not fights. You do not beg for respect or over-explain your limits. You state one clear line, then you hold gentle silence. Silence teaches faster than long reasons or heavy warnings. You reward clarity and responsibility with access and attention. You ignore drama politely until structure appears again. Over time, people learn your rhythm and adjust before asking. They realize attention is earned through preparation, not pressure. They stop risking your trust because losing access feels expensive. The third sign is emotional independence, balanced with warm acknowledgement. You do not need constant approval to keep moving forward. You recognize feelings without letting them rewrite your choices. You say one neutral line that names what you see. I hear that this matters to you deeply. Then you return to questions and outcomes and timing. People feel seen without feeling recruited into chaos. They associate your presence with relief instead of adrenaline. Relief is addictive for tired minds, carrying heavy emotional weight. The fourth sign is consistent delivery that builds quiet reputation. You finish what you start and communicate before problems grow. You admit errors quickly and protect outcomes with repairs. You never hide behind excuses because learning matters more here. People begin moving their important tasks toward your orbit intentionally. Reliability becomes a story others tell about you repeatedly. Reputation spreads faster than announcements and louder than self-promotion. Soon your absence feels risky because plans fail without you. Risk avoidance turns into loyalty without anyone saying the word. The fifth sign is chosen scarcity paired with generous focus. Your calendar reflects priorities, not every request or impulse. You protect thinking time, and you protect recovery time. When you arrive, you bring full attention without distractions. You listen longer than most, and you speak with compression. Your few words land heavy because they are rare and clear. Scarcity increases value automatically inside social systems. Generous focus multiplies that value because people experience real presence. The combination makes you difficult to replace at any cost. The sixth sign is conflict converted into clarity without casualties. When tension rises, you lower pace and widen perspective. You separate facts from feelings before choosing the next step. You compress the mess into 2 or 3 workable options. You choose action by principle, never by ego preservation. You refuse to humiliate opponents because culture matters more. After conflict, you leave bridges standing and lessons documented. People trust you with hard problems because damage stays minimal. Trust around conflict is the rarest currency in groups. The seventh sign is identity that regulates rooms without performing. You do not chase attention with noise or self-display. You regulate tone by how you breathe and place words. You end sentences downward to signal certainty and safety. You audit your motives quietly so power never rots you. Your presence changes how others prepare and how others behave. They organize thoughts before speaking and hold themselves to structure. They choose honesty faster because manipulation finds no purchase here. Your gravity makes better versions of people appear in real time. These 7 signs run like a hidden system beneath behavior. Calm reliability removes fear and teaches trust through repetition. Boundaries convert chaos into structure without harming connection. Emotional independence stops hooks that used to control reactions. Delivery builds reputation that travels further than your voice. Chosen scarcity and generous focus increase the value of presence. Conflict clarity protects culture and compounds respect under stress. Identity regulation amplifies all other signs without dramatic effort. There are predictable reactions when these signs become your baseline. The respectful adjust faster because clarity reduces guessing games. The insecure escalate briefly because old levers stop working. The opportunistic drift away because unearned access disappears. The disciplined move closer because growth feels possible and safe. Your environment reorganizes around your steadiness like metal to a magnet. To keep these signs strong, install daily micro-rituals deliberately. Breathe slowly for 10 cycles before opening communication windows. Write 3 essential outcomes and schedule recovery blocks honestly. Practice 1 boundary sentence once each morning out loud. Practice 1 compression sentence during a low-stakes interaction. Log 1 lesson about attention leaks before sleep each night. Discipline in small moments survives every large storm reliably. Watch for the traps that quietly dissolve these signs over time. The first trap is overgiving that burns clarity and schedules. Generosity without edges becomes exploitation disguised as kindness. Protect edges so your gifts remain precise and sustainable. The second trap is praise addiction that poisons independence. Approval is sweet, but it rents your decisions to strangers. Anchor your choices to principles and outcomes you documented already. The third trap is silent superiority that hardens into distance. Humility keeps curiosity alive and prevents decay of perception. Track your progress by responses, not by compliments or noise. Do people prepare before they reach out for help? Do arguments shrink faster when you enter the conversation? Do deadlines stop slipping when you take responsibility? Do emotions settle quicker around your presence consistently? These signals prove the system is operating as designed. There is a deeper reason these signs create strong attachment. They reduce uncertainty in a world addicted to chaos. Uncertainty exhausts people and weakens decision-making everywhere. You become a stable reference point that protects limited attention. People do not want to lose what protects their attention. They do not want to lose what protects their dignity. They do not want to lose what protects their future plans. Hold one master rule to keep everything aligned and clean. Never reward pressure, always reward clarity and responsibility. Pressure chases attention without paying the cost of structure. Clarity pays the cost and receives access in return. Responsibility shares the weight and strengthens the system for all. This rule safeguards your time, your peace, and your culture. If these signs feel heavy, apply them one by one. Choose calm reliability this week and boundaries next week. Add emotional independence after you practice acknowledgement daily. Build delivery habits that survive mistakes with honest repairs. Protect scarcity and focus once your calendar shows real priorities. Train conflict clarity through small disagreements and precise language. Polish identity regulation with breath work and gentle eye steadiness. Small improvements compound into authority that does not need display. Soon you will notice a quiet shift in every room. People lower volume near you and raise standards near you. They consult you early and consult you often without demand. They build with you instead of around you or against you. They choose long-term thinking because short-term games stop working. That is how rare value becomes magnetic without advertisement. Remember the suspense line that reveals the invisible mechanism. You never notice this, but it controls you every day. Control lives in rhythm, in rules, and in recovery. Becoming irreplaceable is a system, not a speech or costume. Run the system faithfully, and results become predictable and durable. The manual of signs is now open and pointing forward. The next step is simple, but not easy, and always worth it. Practice until your presence teaches without words and without effort. Are you ready to protect what you are becoming? You think people value confidence, but what they truly crave is emotional balance. You think being liked makes you needed, but being steady makes you unforgettable. If you want to become the person nobody wants to lose, you must master invisible calm. The real transformation begins when your emotions stop leading your behavior. Most people live as emotional amplifiers, not regulators. They copy the energy they receive instead of generating their own. But when you remain internally stable, you become psychological gravity. People orbit around what does overreact. The first principle of this transformation is unshakable calm under attack. When someone provokes, you slow your blink, drop your shoulders, and pause longer. You speak 10% slower and lower your voice slightly. This rewires the nervous system of everyone near you. They stop escalating because your pace resets the rhythm of the room. You never notice this, but emotional control changes group chemistry silently. The second principle is non-reactive awareness. You feel everything, but act on almost nothing instantly. You name each emotion internally before responding outwardly. Anger becomes signal, not weapon. Fear becomes information, not identity. You realize emotions are notifications, not instructions. People start feeling safer around you because your reactions are consistent. Safety builds value faster than excitement or charm ever could. The third principle is predictable integrity. You align what you say, what you do, and what you tolerate. People learn that your yes means action, and your no means boundary. There is no guessing game with your loyalty or your rules. Predictability may seem boring, but it is the rarest currency in chaos. It allows people to relax their constant vigilance around you. And relaxation builds trust deeper than passion ever could. The fourth principle is silent confidence. You stop defending your worth verbally because your behavior speaks precisely. You allow results, tone, and follow-through to define your presence. Your energy says, I am not here to prove, I am here to perform. You create authority without resistance because you remove emotional noise. When people meet silence that feels certain, they lean toward it naturally. Quiet strength rewires respect faster than aggressive dominance. The fifth principle is value through elevation. You unconsciously raise the standard of those near you. Your focus and calmness act like mirrors, revealing hidden potential in others. They perform better simply by aligning with your pace. This psychological uplift is rare. It attaches people deeply. They associate their progress with your presence. And the human brain protects what it connects to growth. The sixth principle is grace under pressure. When chaos enters, your structure becomes the manual others follow. You speak in short, directional sentences. You remove blame and add timelines and clarity. Your calm compresses confusion into tasks. People begin using your tone as their internal template. They remember your stability when they face storms alone later. The seventh principle is discrete power. You don't demand credit, yet influence decisions quietly. You plant ideas without attachment, allowing them to grow inside other minds. When results come, people remember your role without reminders. You become the invisible architect of calm outcomes. And invisible architects are impossible to replace because nobody can replicate their unseen precision. These principles combine to build emotional authority, not dominance. You shift from being liked to being trusted, and from trusted to being needed. Every calm decision becomes a small lesson for the people watching. And one day they realize they don't want to lose you, not because you control them, but because they function better around you. But the deeper layer begins now. What happens when others start depending on your calm more than you do? You think calm makes you untouchable, but it actually makes you magnetic. You think peace means withdrawal, but true peace radiates quiet influence. If you want to stay 3 steps ahead, you must learn what your calm creates in others. The first reaction calm triggers is dependence disguised as trust. People begin relying on your energy to stabilize their chaos. They call you not because you always fix things, but because your tone helps them see through fog. The moment your presence lowers their anxiety, an invisible bond forms. But this bond can quietly drain you if not managed. Never mistake emotional rescue for connection. It is a one-way exchange. You must set boundaries even with gratitude, because dependence often feels like love. The second reaction is projection of strength. People assume you can handle everything because you appear unshaken. They will increase the weight they place on your shoulders subconsciously. This is not admiration, it is unconscious outsourcing of responsibility. You never notice this, but calm people become emotional banks for unstable minds. To avoid depletion, you must return questions instead of solutions. When someone seeks reassurance, ask them to define the real problem. You guide, but you don't absorb. You influence, but you don't inherit. This is the difference between being a stabilizer and being a sponge. The third reaction is selective reverence. Your restraint creates curiosity. People start watching your moves more carefully. Every pause becomes meaningful. Every word sounds deliberate. They begin to assign intelligence to your silence, even when you are simply observing. This illusion of depth increases your authority without effort. It is the oldest form of psychological magnetism. But to keep it, you must not break character under pressure. Even one impulsive reaction can destroy months of silent credibility. The fourth reaction is subtle resistance. Some people fear losing control when they meet calm authority. They will test your patience to measure its limits. They will provoke emotions to confirm if your strength is real or performed. Do not defend, do not react, redirect with structure. When they expect reaction, give rhythm. Say, let's stay on point, or we'll revisit this when it's useful. Control returns instantly, because redirection dissolves emotional momentum. Influence works best when you lead attention, not tension. The fifth reaction is mirror transformation. Those closest to you start mimicking your tone, your phrasing, even your pace. Your emotional regulation becomes a silent language others begin to learn. Their nervous systems start syncing to yours unconsciously. This is how calm reshapes culture, not through orders but through osmosis. You become the emotional thermostat of every environment you touch. But thermostats must occasionally reset, or they burn out from overregulation. So you must withdraw periodically to recharge in solitude. Solitude is not absence, it is recalibration. The sixth reaction is invisible testing. The calmer you become, the more people observe how you handle pressure. They will watch your micro-expressions, your pauses, your breath. Every reaction you control reinforces confidence. Every slip teaches others how to exploit your silence. So your mastery must extend into small habits, posture, tone, pacing. The details of calm are what make it unbreakable. Discipline is what transforms performance into nature. The final reaction is emotional loyalty. When people trust your energy more than your words, you reach deep attachment. They will seek your presence before decisions, even without needing advice. They will recall your voice during moments of chaos. And this loyalty is not created through favors, it's earned through consistency. Consistency feels like truth in an unstable world. And truth, even when quiet, is addictive. But here lies the paradox. When everyone around you begins to depend on your peace, who will protect yours when silence feels heavy? The strongest minds know, control is never complete until you learn when to vanish. You think peace means staying available, but mastery begins when you start withdrawing. You think loyalty means constant presence, but true loyalty is earned through absence. If you want to become the person nobody wants to lose, you must learn when to disappear. Detachment is not distance, it is design. People believe calm means always being there. But power grows when your silence begins teaching more than your words ever could. When you step back, people replay your tone inside their minds. They start solving problems the way you would. This is when influence evolves from external presence to internal imprint. The first law of advanced calm is controlled absence. You disappear not to punish, but to reset value. Overexposure breeds familiarity, and familiarity weakens gravity. Silence after value creates reflection. You leave a space where others meet themselves without distraction. When you return, your presence feels heavier, your words land deeper. Your absence becomes proof of independence, not neglect. The second law is strategic unpredictability. Consistency builds trust, but predictability kills respect. People must never feel they completely own your energy. You respond on rhythm, not demand. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, sometimes not at all. It keeps attention active and curiosity alive. When people can't predict you, they start respecting the structure that defines you. Mystery is not manipulation. It is boundary translated into rhythm. The third law is emotional symmetry. You give calm only where calm is respected. You match energy proportionally, never endlessly. This teaches others that access to peace requires contribution. Reciprocity is the hidden spine of respect. People value your balance when they know it can vanish. And when they protect it, your presence becomes sacred. The fourth law is energy conservation. You stop explaining, fixing, or absorbing the storms of others. You use your calm only when direction is needed, not validation. You allow others to struggle within their own chaos. Because unearned rescue kills growth, and growth is what creates mutual loyalty. You teach through boundaries, not through exhaustion. People begin to adjust before bringing chaos near you. Your energy becomes a filter that removes noise without words. The fifth law is intentional stillness. You no longer chase control, you attract alignment. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing only what cannot be undone by reaction. Each pause you take before speaking, each silence you hold before deciding, adds invisible weight to your influence. Your stillness becomes the gravity that others lean toward unconsciously. The sixth law is subtle withdrawal of validation. You stop rewarding chaos with attention. You stop rewarding gossip with empathy. You stop rewarding weakness disguised as crisis. Instead, you feed focus, discipline, and self-awareness in others. You never shame instability, you simply stop feeding it. Soon, people regulate themselves before they approach you. Because they know your calm is not infinite, it is earned. The seventh and final law is detached dominance. You lead without trying to lead. Your restraint becomes a lesson, your boundaries become law. The louder ones begin imitating your silence to gain attention. Your composure becomes the new language of influence. This is the moment when power stops being something you perform. It becomes something you are. And then a shift happens quietly. You stop craving recognition because your presence already speaks it. You stop competing because there's no one left to compete with. You stop explaining because those who need explanation aren't ready to understand. You exist in stillness, and the world adjusts itself around you. People begin protecting your peace because they know it sustains theirs. They argue less, listen more, and plan further ahead. They mirror your balance in their tone, their choices, their patience. You have become the emotional standard of the environment. This is the final stage of invisible power, when others start managing themselves in your presence. And yet, mastery ends where self-forgetting begins. To remain untouchable, you must remain aware. Reflect daily, withdraw weekly, recharge silently. Power maintained through stillness is fragile only if you stop protecting it. The calm you built must now serve you, not consume you. And that is the paradox no one sees. You never truly control others, you only control the field. Your silence creates that field. Your absence maintains it. And your awareness commands it. The hidden manual closes here with one final question. When the world starts depending on your peace, Will you guard it or let them take it again?